What is up, guys, and welcome back to this episode of the Road to Redemption podcast. I'm, as always, your grateful host, Cam Williamson, and baby, we're talking taking some time for ourselves, man. Here's the thing. Life, especially today's day and age, finances, kids, relationships, fucking whatever, right? Sorry, I'm already swearing. It's crazy. It's insane right now. Like, I think everyone is pushing themselves past their breaking points and then going even further right now. Here's something I've had to realize the last couple weeks is in those times when everything is chaotic, it may not be every week, it may not be every month. I don't know how often you can do this. You have to find little moments, and I'm not talking about sitting down and meditating for 10 minutes. I'm not talking about sitting and reading or listening to a podcast. I'm talking about if you have a whole week that's stacked, or you've had 3 months that are just completely stacked, you're working, you're running kids everywhere, kids are starting school again, it's chaos. And you have to be here, traveling and stuff. Like, you got to be all these different places. If you look close enough, if you really look, because I'm telling y'all, I'm busier than a motherfucker right now. Busy as shit. All good stuff, great stuff. Not bad stuff at all. But it's like the amount of stress on me right now is chaotic and has been. I mean, again, just lost my mom and shit. Like, went through a really tough, year. Really tough. So I find some time where I have to be traveling and I have to be here, and I had these options where it was like, well, I could go there and then come back and then go back there and then come back. And it was like, fuck that, man. For 2.5 days, most everyone is going to be okay. So yeah, I have a couple things that I have to do. But outside of that time, I'm going to get me a hotel. Instead of driving somewhere and putting more of a beat on my car and shit, I look at prices and I'm seeing all right, it's about the same just to make this flight. Go save myself some time. Go and sit in, a nicer hotel, chill for a minute, and just have time where nobody needs me. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm a grown-ass adult. I can do whatever I want. I don't have to explain myself to a single motherfucker in this world. And it's man, the recharge, even though I'm today, I'm beat, yo. I'm beat. I was traveling all fucking day yesterday. I've been traveling essentially for the last 3 or 4 days. So it's one of those situations where I think if you don't force it, and yeah, sometimes it might be scary, where it's I don't know, financially, is this going to work out? It's well, if there's something I have to figure out, then I guess I'm just going to have to double down and work even harder next week. But I guess that's what I got to do. Because I'm taking this time for me. I'm going to have good food, hang out with cool people and shit. Sometimes, I think especially as parents, we get so far up our own ass and we start taking ourselves so serious that we sit around and go, well, this whole life thing is just going to fall the fuck apart if I release control of it for a minute. Guess what? It won't. It's not going to. Sorry, my air's kicking on. I hope it doesn't get super freaking loud in here. Yeah, it's not going to. Everything's going to be fine. And here's the other thing. Are people going to have opinions about it? Yeah. Sure they will. Especially if you have baby mama, baby daddies and shit. Are they going to have opinions about how you spend your time and finances? Sure. Is that any of their fucking business? No. It's not. So one of the great benefits of being someone's ex is my business is not your fucking business, and vice versa. I got no right to ask what you're doing when you're not with our kid, because guess what? Don't give a shit. Don't care. Whatever you're doing, hope it's fun. Do I care about your financial situation at all? No. But here's the thing. You get people, and sometimes maybe it's not an ex, maybe it's a parent that has lent you money before or something like that. Or, whatever the situation may be that's got someone in their feelings about oh, what do you think you're doing? taking some special time for you, not just 30 minutes to lay on your own couch and try to take a nap while the kids beat the shit out of you with their pillow or something. But like for real, I'm going away for a couple days. I'll handle these little responsibilities I gotta handle, which isn't that much. But like I'm going. I have to. Because if I don't, I'm not gonna make it through another month like this. When you find that you're not eating, you're not sleeping, there's no peace in your breath at all, and you lay around with just an anxiety-ridden body and mind all the time, you know why? It's because you're so fucking wound up, you're about to pop. And I don't think most people are honest with themselves. I don't think most parents especially would sit around and go, I deserve, hear me, I deserve to go take time for myself where other people do not need me. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, if you're doing it every night and you're going out to clubs and doing all this crazy shit, okay, I can't help you there. Don't want to help you there. I'm saying you're someone who's been busting their ass, busting your ass. And I know, I see you guys out there in the world. I see you. Tired as fuck, run down, still trying to be positive. Not knowing where some people don't even know where their next meal's coming from or how they're putting gas in their car and shit. But guess what? They wake up every day, soldier the fuck on. And so what? They find an opportunity in their day or in their life somewhere where they can plan something they're excited about. Come on, man. What is so wrong with people today? What happened to when did people stop being happy for people? I feel like now, I don't know if it's a social media thing or what, but you see someone doing something and there's always someone with a comment about it. Like doing something to make them happy. Someone's always got to say something. And it's like, man. And then people start feeling bad for taking time for themselves. So yeah, my weekend was, it was a ride. It was a ride for sure. Good ride. Fantastic ride. Fantastic. And again, I got to do it again this Friday. I'll be in Indiana to go see my kid again. So it's one of those things where if the grind's not going to stop, you might as well just enjoy the ride. At some point, if the grind is never going to stop and this life is just going to run you until you're dead and you don't know when that's going to be, man, you might as well enjoy this motherfucker, you know? I'm so obsessed with that new Gambit thing, Channing Tatum's Gambit scene from TikTok where he goes, "Oh, I'm going to make a name for myself here today." Ooh. I forget the whole line. He goes, "Oh, I'm going to make a name for myself here today." He goes, make sure you tell everyone what happened here today. I'm obsessed with it. I probably watch it 50 times a day since they've started posting the shit out of them. All right. Motivational time over. And I don't have that much longer. I got 5-10 minutes. Just a little life update. My little baby, she had her first dentist appointment today. I was terrified. Everything in me wanted me to call her mom or somebody else and be like, "Hey, will you take her?" Because I can't, dude. I freak out at dentists. Your boy does not do medical places. I don't like hospitals. I don't like fucking dentists. I don't like shit like that. It really fucking weirds me out. So I was like, no, I've been telling myself this whole time that I was taking for myself. It's but when you show up, dude, you got to show up 1,000%. 1,000%. You got to be where you're supposed to be there on time, and, do what you got to do. That's the deal I'm making with myself now, is if I'm going to start taking real, legitimate, solid time for myself, there is no more excuses about I'm too anxious to do this. I can't, I need time for myself to recharge. Nah, man, fuck that. We're going. And this whole life thing, we're going. We're running. And so I was like, no, man, I'm her dad. And if she's scared, there's no one that I would want by her side more than my own self. So fuck that. Let's go. I took her, dude. Gangster. Yeah, she was a gangster, dude. Like, she laughed the entire time. Now, given they've made dentist office a lot easier on kids than when it was when we were coming up. Like, when we were coming up, you got big, goofy sunglasses, and they still came at you with that shit and scraping your teeth and doing all that. They didn't really do that. They do the little teeth scraping thing, but, like, all their little brushes and all this stuff that, like, cleans the plaque off your teeth, it's real quiet. It's real soft. You can tell she's not sitting there jerking and stuff like that. I was so goddamn proud of her. I was just like, dude, you really are. You're a gangster. It's crazy how brave that kid is. I'm so insanely proud of her. Yeah, what else? I don't have much else. Not much else to say. Things have been good recently. Things have been good. Stressful, for sure. But things have been really good. I'm in a good place. I feel good. As always, the eating and the sleeping is always an issue. That really sucks. The two most important things for your health, and I'm fucking terrible at both of them. I just don't sleep. I just don't. I lay down. I get like 3 hours. I'm up. 4 hours. Fantastic. 5. Unusual. If I get 6 or 7, I don't know what happened. I do that like maybe once every 3 months. My appetite's starting to come back. It came back Monday night. I got a really solid meal Monday night. And then, yeah, got some Asian food. It was fantastic. The whole thing was fantastic. Yeah, that kind of kicked everything back off where now my appetite was running again. Starting to get a little sleepy at nights again. So, we'll see. We'll see. And again, it's okay. When you go and you take time for yourself and you, try to make that a part of your life to be happy. Parental guilt, spousal guilt, whatever you deal with, is very fucking real. Every hour, you're sitting there convincing yourself, what am I doing? Look at you, you piece of shit, sitting here relaxing when you could be spending time with your kids. That is going to run you into an early grave. And I don't want to see that for any of y'all. Any of y'all, because I love you. I really do. All you guys that jump on here with my sporadic ass and listen to me just talk about myself every fucking week, like, I appreciate the fuck out of you guys. You let me be me. And one thing I found out this weekend, especially, when you have people that it's just natural, you could just be yourself. That's what you guys have always been to me. When I could just be myself around you or for you or whatever, and like, I don't have to put on a facade. I don't have to act like somebody I'm not, which is what a facade is. Like, I don't have to impress you. I don't have to make, money for you. I don't have to, like, I could just be me. When you find that natural just connection, you're like, damn, like, I feel like, and I've done this with shows that I watch and stuff, where you're like, I feel like I've known this person for years. Even if you just watch them once or you just met them or whatever, and you could go, like, there's something about, especially in someone's eyes, I've always felt, you can look in someone's eyes and almost be like, yo, I've known you before. Not in a way of like you see someone, you're like, I think I recognize that person. But like, you could look someone almost in their damn soul and be like, yo, we've known each other before. I don't know if it was in a past life or whatever happens, but like, we're not strangers. Because the way, it's really hard to explain. It's not easy to explain. But I've always been drawn to that. I love finding people. And my buddy that lives next to me, he was one of those. Where like, when I met him, there was zero time of like figuring each other out, trying to like make things cool between each other or impress each other. It was like day one, homies, that's it. That's it. One of my best friends in my life, Ronnie, same way. We met each other like one day and I think we moved in together like the week after. So guys, chase those connections. Go out there and get them. And if people around you aren't doing that for you, man, no time for that. If you guys haven't realized that this life is so short and none of us know how long we have left in it, Man, you better start living this thing. I love you guys. I gotta get out of here.
How long I've been waiting for this. Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself, yeah.
I don't think you guys walk away from this.
You just make sure people know what happened here today.